Hello children, welcome to your English literature class. I hope all of you are fine and taking good care of yourselves. So today we are going to start with a new lesson. As you can see on your screens, the caucus race. Now the caucus race is an extract from Alice in Wonderland. You all must have read the story of Alice, and this is an extract from there. Now you must be wondering, what is a caucus race? A caucus race is a race in which everybody wins. Now how can everybody win? So let us see what happens in this race. Be ready to enjoy the fun. Take out your books and open them on page number 91. Now you can see, just before we begin the lesson, there are pictures of different races, and these are races which we see and also hear about. For over a century, children and adults have always enjoyed the adventures of Alice in her amazing magical world. Now the play that we will be reading is about a strange caucus race from Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. But before that, we have to see, there are pictures given, no? In your book. You have to match the names of these races to the pictures. The first one, you can see, yes, the boats are there, the ships are there. That's a regatta. I have written the numbers for you. First one is regatta. The second one is horse racing, that is derby. Third is a rally. You can see that motor driving, the car racing, it is called a rally. The fourth is a marathon. You must have seen the marathon race. And fifth is the relay race. You must have seen it in your school during the sports day. No, you must have seen the seniors in the senior school. You're all big bhaiyas and didis. They have the relay race in which there are four together and they keep passing on from one by one. They keep running on the tracks. This is just for your extra knowledge. Let us proceed with the caucus race. Now here you can see there are very important characters given. 6 characters in this play. Alice, Alice is the main character. Lorry, Dodo, Mouse, Canary and Lizard. Now all this Lorry, Dodo and Canary, they are all kinds of birds. But the dodo bird is now extinct. You don't find it anymore. The other two are also kinds of birds. And you all know what is a mouse and a lizard. So here the mouse is personified. We first have the narrator speaking. The narrator. Who is the narrator? Narrator is someone who is telling you the story. So here we see what the narrator has to tell us. Have you met Alice before? Today we are going to meet her and hear about a wonderful adventure she had in Wonderland. And then Alice enters. So the narrator is the one who is telling us the story, and he is asking us whether you have met Alice before, and today in this story you will be meeting Alice and hearing about a wonderful adventure that she had in Wonderland. So if we would have been in school, we could have done this play in our class. But for now, you have to just read it out and try to enjoy it. Oh, hello, Alice. Let us start our story at the beginning. So he is introducing Alice and asks her to start with the story. One day, this Alice is speaking, okay. One day, I was beginning to get very tired of sitting by my sister on the riverbank and of having nothing to do, when suddenly a white rabbit with pink eyes ran close by me, saying to itself, oh dear, I shall be late." So this part all of you must have read before. Alice was sitting one day very tired by the riverbank. She was she was sitting with her sister and she had nothing to do, and then she sees a white rabbit who has pink eyes, and the rabbit was running and saying that he was late. I followed the rabbit down its hole And what a fall I had. So Alice says that she follows the rabbit and then she has a fall. Down, down, down. I thought the fall would never come to an end. Then I found myself in a long hallway, but the doors were all shut. I looked through the window and saw a beautiful garden with colorful flowers. So, as Alice was running behind this rabbit, she fell, and it was as if it was a never ending fall. She fell down and through a long hallway, but the doors were all shut. And when she looked through the window, she saw a beautiful garden which had colorful flowers. There was a golden key on a three-legged table. So three-legged table is a table with three legs. But the doorway was too small for me to enter. So the door was shut. She had seen the garden from the window and the door was very small for Alice to enter. I found a little bottle labelled "Drink Me" on the table. Since the bottle did not say poison, I took a sip. It tasted like custard and pineapple and hot buttered toast all at once. Now I was the right size to go through the door into the garden. So Alice finds a little bottle kept on the table and it was written "Drink Me" on the bottle. So she says that since it was not written poison, she took a sip and it was very tasty, and then she became the right size to go through the door into the garden. Now the narrator speaks. But when she reached the door, Alice found that it had slipped her mind to bring the golden key, and the three-legged table was now too high for her to reach. Now Alice was big and the door was small. After she drank the liquid from the bottle, she became a smaller size. And now since she was small, the table was high and she had forgotten to take the keys. Now how could she reach? Now this we have to see how she can reach. See, there's a question also. Why did Alice need the golden key? Obviously she needed the golden key to open the door, no? To go to the garden. I didn't lose heart. I looked under the three-legged table and found a lovely cake in a box. I'm sure I never saw it before. It had the words "Eat Me" marked on it with black currants. Sniffing and speaking in a wobbly voice, I ate the cake and it made me grow and grow till my head touched the roof. So, Alice saw under the table, no, she did not lose heart. She was not frightened. She was not scared. She did not lose hope. Did not lose heart means she did not lose hope. And she looks under the three-legged table, finds a lovely cake, and she was sure she had never seen a cake before that. There was written "Eat Me." So she nicely ate the cake. But now she became so tall that her head touched the roof. Alice sobs loudly. Sob means she starts crying, no, very loudly. So the narrator says, so Alice began to cry and she shed gallons of tears that made a large pool. Then several strange animals began to collect around her in the pool. Now what happens? Alice is very sad because she had grown too tall. So she starts crying and gallons of tears, and she makes a big pool with the tears on. Big pool is formed and very strange animals began to collect around Alice in the pool. Among them were a mouse. Now the name of the mouse is also mouse. A lizard, you can see it's written capital L. So lizard is named as lizard. A dodo, a lory and a canary. Together they swam to the bank. So a pool was formed with her tears, no? So they had to swim out of the water, out of the tears of Alice. They were indeed a queer looking party. So they were looking very strange, all dripping wet. They were full of water. Cross means they were very annoyed. They were not very happy. They were angry and uncomfortable. And then begins the story of the caucus race. So now as the narrator speaks, Alice and the others swim to the shore. Alice. Now you can hear Alice speaking. I wish I hadn't cried so much. I nearly drowned in my own tears. So she says, oh, if I would not have cried so much, I would not have drowned in my own tears. Brrr. Everybody is very angry, no? We need to get dry. So Dodo says we need to get dry. But Alice says, How do we get dry here? I don't see towels. So she says, how can we get dry? There are no towels. Now Lori says, I am older. I'll tell you how we can dry ourselves. So Lori says that he is older and will be able to tell how they can dry themselves. Now you can see Alice says, how do you know you are older than me? How old are you? So Lori says, why should I tell you my age? It's rude to ask someone's age. You should not ask someone's age. That's very bad. Sit down. I know how we can all be dry. So Mouse sits in the middle and says that he knows how everybody could be dry. Now Mouse starts with a story. William the Conqueror was the first Norman king of England. Alice starts grumbling. How can William make me dry? Still you are telling me a story, and how can this conqueror make me dry? He died centuries ago. Centuries means hundreds of years ago. So nobody knows how to get dry. Mouse thought he will tell a story, but Alice says that how can the hero of the story make me dry? No, he died long back and it is going to be a dry and a boring story. What is a boring story? A dry story will dry us out. The mouse also feels, oh, the dry story, boring story I'll also start getting bored. So Dodo says, I know how we can get dry. We should run a caucus race. That will dry us out. So now we come to the caucus race. Caucus race? What is a caucus race? Now Alice also doesn't know what is a caucus race. So you can see in the picture, Dodo has made a circular track. A caucus is a group of people. Haven't you heard of a caucus of politicians? Politicians are people who work in the government. Nowadays you hear too much about politicians in your TV also. Since our other companions like March Hare, Hatter, Cheshire Cat are not here, today we are the caucus. So this March Hare, Hatter and Cheshire, they are all the other animals. So this one says, the Dodo says that today we are the caucus and this is the track. So Lori, the other bird, says, I can't wait to get started. Where's the starting line? We can start from anywhere. And Canary is very excited. Not a bad idea. You run, I fly, we all get dry. So Canary says it's a very good idea. We all will run and fly and then we can get dry. So Lizard comes, which way do we run? When does the race start? Now Lizard also wants to know which way to run and when the race would start. Stand anywhere, face any direction, run anytime, just run. So the motto behind the race is that they have to run anywhere, anyhow. So all of them will face different directions. Some run clockwise like the clock, some run opposite, that is anti-clockwise. And some just zigzag here and there, they keep running. And then Lizard asks, when do we stop? I am running out of breath. So the lizard was continuously running, When you're running too much, you're panting, out of breath. Dodo says, don't stop. All keep running, but you get slow. Dodo is also panting for breath. Stop. So now all stop. All are crowding around Dodo. Some are doubled up, panting, bumping into each other, falling on each other. Now Mouse asks, is the race over? Who won? Dodo thinks with his finger on his forehead. There, we all won. So Dodo tells, we all won. How? No, Mouse says, all. How can we all win? Every race has one winner. I am sure I won. So as I told you in the beginning, we generally have one winner in the race. So Mouse is also telling the same thing. How can all win? Every race has only one winner. So I am sure I have won. But then Dodo is smugly to all. Smugly means he is very happy, he is looking towards everyone and he says, we ran this race to get dry. Now why did they run? Not to get a shield, not to get a cup, not to get a medal. They ran so that they could get dry. So are you all dry? So everybody checks, yes. They had all run to get dry, not for any medal. And so they are all dry. That means everybody has won because everybody got dry. And so everybody must get a prize. So Dodo says, no, everybody has won. Everybody must get a prize. So Alice, she looks into her pocket and fishes out. She takes out some candies and gives to everyone. Then mouse says, where is your prize? Okay, where is your prize? We are all winners, so we all must get a prize. Do you not have anything else in your pocket? No, Dodo is not very happy. No, he's frowning with the eyebrows raised. He said, all are winners. All must get a prize. All have got chocolates. So see your pocket. Don't you have anything for yourself? Then Alice finds a thimble. Dodo takes it and hands it to her. This is for you. Alice bows and accepts the thimble. Everybody cheers, munching candy noisily. So you all got candies. They were munching noisily, making all the noise and enjoying the candy. And Alice got a thimble. Now what is a thimble? You will find it out from your dictionary, or should I tell you? Okay, a thimble is you wear it in your fingers. Okay, it is to wear it in your fingers when you're doing some work, especially knitting and sewing, no? To protect your fingers. So, it's actually a caucus race because all of them had won in the race. I hope you enjoyed the story. Please read it again and again. So if you have your younger brothers and sisters at home, you all can play different roles and then have the play at home and enjoy. Below you can see is the picture of Lewis Carroll. He is a very great English mathematician and writer, and in fact Alice in Wonderland is also written by him. So I hope this is enough for today. Try to find out the answers which are given in the small boxes in your chapter, and then let's see how well we have understood. So take care, be safe, see you very soon in the next session.